less control overload things, and so good morning. It is Friday, and it's deadly. It's Friday. Imagine, not that it makes the slightest bit of difference, but there we go, it's Friday. So today, still on the 4 agreements. I was hoping to play with this actually for the week, for next week as well. And our agreement today is always do your best. So as you get yourself settled, as you land, and do land, our agreement today is always do our best. It says your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you're healthy than when you're sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment and regret. And this is the one I had a lot of trouble with this one, because I had this kind of very Catholic upbringing, always do your best, and I used to use that against myself. So it was a great way of beating the bejesus out of myself. But what the agreement actually says is that you are doing your best, not that you should in some future time do your best, but that right now you actually are doing your best. And that kind of, I found that one difficult, because I always thought I should be doing something different, something more. So play with it. See what you notice. See is it okay for you to know that at every moment that you are actually doing your best. So for example, if I take the head off someone, which is not how I want to be, at that moment in time I was doing the best I can do. So then I can look at it and say, how do I change the circumstances so that the next time I don't? How can I learn from that so that the next time I don't take the head off someone, or that I don't take it personally, or that I don't, but knowing that at that moment I was absolutely doing my best. Play with it. It's a bit of a challenge for me. I don't know about for you. For me it was a challenge. So anyway, it still is a challenge. Come to standing. Come to standing and have a little wiggle. Have a little play. Have a little move. Releasing into shoulders, releasing into side body. I believe I have to take the sun out of the picture. And then in your own time, whenever you're ready, again, find your way to stillness. So I like to kind of play in the extremes and then come to stillness. See where it is. Now for me, maybe today my hip is a little bit icky, or maybe it's your spine or your neck. And ultimately, find your way back to stillness. And as you find your way to stillness, see, can you really find into your feet? You know, can we find this groundedness? Really, what we want to do is we want to manifest for ourselves internally this energy that we want to be, that we want to externally send out, that we want to find in the universe. And grounded is something that we could all do a little bit of now. So finding your feet. What does that mean for me right now? To do that, I kind of feel like I need to put some weight on it. Often what we do is kind of the rolling over on the feet. So see what for you, for me today, that's too disconnected from the earth. I need to be solidly on my feet. But maybe that's different for you. What is it you need to do to really find the earth beneath you? Feel the support beneath you. So from that place of support, we grow tall. From that place of support, we roll in a little bit. From that place of support, so really yielding into the ground as you then reach for the stars. And coming back, yielding a little bit more, curling a little bit more as you extend. Reach a little bit more. Open up a little bit more, because you know you're safe, secure, solid on the ground. One more time, let's reaching up and see where it takes you today. Where do you feel like going? And it might only be to here. You may not want to go the whole way. See what feels nice. What's it like with your feet solid on the ground versus on your toes? The next time we come down, we're going to stay into flat back. Again, from your feet, through your legs, through your hips, through your spine, neck, and head. Long in this position. Releasing back down and coming into your squat. Stepping with your right. And playing in this lunge. See what it feels like. Today I feel like a wide-legged lunge, but normally it's shorter, gets me more movement. Experiment. Moving forward and back. Warming up your hips physically, but also finding that stability so that you, from the front to the back, from the back to the front. Maybe it's moving with your breath. Maybe it's 10 in one, releasing into hamstrings or quads, or the other way into calf. Making it your practice. And maybe today you're just really tired and you just want to hang out into a forward bend. But whenever you're ready, stepping from the back foot, leaning into the back foot, releasing, pressing into the back foot. So as you rebound from that, you come forward, into forward fold. Have a little walk in forward fold. Play in forward fold. From here, bending your knees, rebounding from the earth, reaching for the sky, and back to prayer. Let your breath settle, and then we go again. As you let your breath settle, just check out. Feel the vibration through the body. And then inhale to length, exhale to curl. Inhale to expand, reach for the sky. Exhale, coming back down a little bit more. How are you going up this time? Are you going on your feet or on your toes? How far are you going? Are you opening your shoulders as well, opening your chest? Is your head going back or not? As you come down, what are you working on? Being present in what your body is asking for. Coming to forward fold. From forward fold, stepping with the opposite leg. And lunge in the other side. I feel like a long lunge for a bit. So just take what your body needs. Hinging forward and back. Listening to what your body is asking for. Where is it you want to play? Where is your sticky bit? And then when you're ready, leaning onto the back, letting the weight into the back leg, but staying connected to the front as you lift, rebounding from the earth. Back to forward fold, from forward fold, bend the knees, come on up and back to prayer. What changes are you noticing in your body as you do this every day? How a little bit often really builds. You may be experiencing more movement now than having done yoga weekly for years. And maybe not. When you're ready, we're going to go into the full thing now. Letting your breath settle, checking that we're not locked knees. On an inhale, coming tall, so on an exhale, we can roll forward. On an inhale, coming up, you're moving with your breath, so while we're all doing similar, we're not robots. Exhaling, coming back down. Inhaling, reaching for the stars one more time, opening as much as you wish to. Exhaling, coming back down. We're staying down, this time into flat back. Like it's unfolding. Inhaling through our squat, hands on the ground, ready to go back with both legs this time into plank. So right leg followed by left leg. Checking out your plank. From plank, laying your body down, So 8-point pose, or laying your body down. Come long, shoulders back as you raise to whatever cobra or up dog you feel like to do. Exhaling, releasing shoulders, still keeping yourself long. Pushing up through your hands, through hair, and bringing yourself to dog. First dog of the day, walk it out. Play with that dog. Bend the knees, coming to a beautiful dog there. So knees bent, head between your arms, arms long, back long, foot in the air, and then head towards straightening knees and head towards feet on the ground. Let your breath settle, and then when you're ready, stepping with your right, meeting with your left, and we're going to go straight through, going on, continuing on. If you need to pause, pause. Otherwise, reaching for the sky and coming straight back down again. Coming to flat back. From flat back into hunkers, stepping back with the left. From here, stepping with the right. Check out how your hands are, your shoulders are. Taking a breath in plank before releasing yourself to the ground. Shoulders back, body long, coming to whatever you feel like for cobra. Coming back down, watching the back, no pinching. Tucking your toes, using your upper body strength and your core to bring yourself back. Into hair, from hair to dog. Yogi's choice, still dog or moving dog. And we're going to switch it up here. So from here, let's go straight into pigeon. Coming with your right knee between your hands. Left leg is coming to the ground. Allow yourself to get settled. So it's nice to do things 3 days in a row, 3 times. So what are we doing as you take your leg forward? You can just stay heel on pubic bone, or you might want to just open it out slightly and then come back. And then have a little lay down. What is the key though? The key is keeping the hips neutral so that you've got that nice moment on the hips. Breathing and releasing. Just being. Feeling your way into it. Seeing what it's like to just lift the back leg a little bit. Take the knee off the ground and bring it back down again. As this is our 3rd day doing it, let's come out of it slightly different today. So, when you're ready, bringing your hands under your shoulders and raising yourself up into that open chest position. From there, maybe taking the back leg up. And so now you have something going on your back leg as well. Taking your hand to the center. If you want to, you may want to reach back and just see if you can catch that toe. Maybe it's nowhere near you. Maybe you can catch it. See what it's like. And then releasing that hand down, releasing the foot down. We're going to pop ourselves up into dog. So tucking the back toes, lifting the butt. That will lift you off your front leg. And so you're into dog. And from dog, we're going to go straight to the other side. So, ready? Hinging forward, bringing the left knee with you. So bring the left knee between the hands if possible. And sit yourself down on your heel first. And then look to see maybe you want to open up a little bit more. But keeping this neutrality across the hips is key. If you lose that, you're not getting the same kind of fun. Sitting into it, releasing into it, easing into it. And then having a little lay down. As you're laying down again, looking for that neutrality, looking for that release. Can you release your weight onto your hips, onto the earth? Maybe, maybe not. If there's any pain in this, just come out of it and do the exact same position on your back. You should feel nothing in your knees. I suspect you've got a little bit of activity going on your gluteus maximus. And then when you're ready, again, walking your hands under your shoulders, letting yourself come up, opening up. And then maybe taking the back leg up. Whoa, I could feel that one today. I didn't feel the other side, but this side, whoa. From here, centering one hand, reaching back. Maybe you can catch it. Maybe it's not within a remotely possible today. Whether you take it with your right leg, arm, or your left arm, it's different. Try one and try the other if you like. And then in your own time, releasing the leg, releasing the hand, if you were lucky enough to get the leg. Tucking your, and coming back up. Walking it out. Easing it out. And from here, back onto your hunkers. Taking a moment on your hunkers before rolling onto your back. And having a little rock and roll. Seeing what it's like to take it to one side, taking it to the other side, giving yourself a twist if that's what is calling you today. And then settling yourself down, rolling back over, coming to seated. And finding a beautiful seated position. So again, taking your time. Releasing, easing. And letting yourself settle. We're gradually building up the time that we're spending in stillness, and hopefully you're building up your muscle memory and that it's becoming easier for you. So as you sit, releasing shoulders, releasing your body, and again, let the weight of your body sink into the earth, into the chair, into the ground, into the bolster, whatever it is, that however you have set yourself up. Let your breath settle. Your breath is always with you, so it's such a wonderful tool to use. It's not the only alternative. You can use it counts. You can listen to the birds. But your breath is always with you. Bringing your breath down to your belly, abdominal breathing. Just letting it sink deeper into your belly. Focusing on the breath as it enters. Focusing it maybe in the back of your throat can be nice. Letting the belly fill, letting the lungs fill, letting the belly fill. The entire torso fill. And then the entire torso release. And as we sit in silence for the next few moments, you can choose to stay with your breath. You could use the mantra Om. You can just sit. And if you find that you wander off, then just bringing yourself back with your breath. What happens in meditation is as we settle down, little bubbles percolate up and take us off on little journeys. And then the trick is to just bring yourself back gently, kindly, with compassion. And our agreement for this meditation is always do our best. Know that we are always doing our best. Our best may change. Our best will change from time to time, from moment to moment. And then as we know we're always doing our best, as we want to move in the direction of more compassion, more kindness, more stillness, we can use this knowledge that we are doing our best to help us identify the boulders along the way that we keep tripping over. In the beginning, when we see the boulders, in the beginning we don't even see the boulders. Then we start to see the boulders, but it's too late. We've already fallen over them. In time, we see the boulders coming up and we can detour. And eventually, maybe we just take a different path, one with less boulders. Just be with whatever visitor visits you, whatever feeling, sensation, thoughts come. Let them come, let them go. Letting the sound of the bowl just pass with you, not letting it disturb you, but letting your body know that soon you'll be transitioning again. Taking a moment just to check out how you are, how was that? Without judgment, just observing. And then gradually, in your own time, moving, breathing, sighing, letting your hands rub along your leg, let yourself touch the earth, maybe taking your hands to your heart and belly, finding your way for you to transition as we come back. And so today, I invite you to remember at all times, you are doing your best. And if you're behaving in a way that doesn't resonate with your higher self, then the question is, what can you do to change that? What created this? What wound is there to be healed? Or what do you need to feed yourself quicker? Or just the same as if you were looking after a toddler, how would you support them in their behavior? Knowing that you are always doing your best. You'll have to unmute yourself because I'm on a phone and I've no idea how you're muted. But I take